Kenshi has been available for 5 years, and within that time the game has amassed a huge community from players to modders. The game just never really seems to end with modding. There's always a new mod author popping up every now and then, or some new mods coming out on a workshop. And while not every player uses mods, and some would even say mods ruin the game or make it into something it shouldn't be, at least about half of a Kenshi player base is actively using mods. Seeing as the game has an estimated 1.2 million copies sold worldwide, along with the biggest mod on the Steam Workshop having over 500,000 subscriptions. Before I spoil it, what do you think the biggest Kenshi mod is? Based on downloads or subscriptions through the Steam Workshop? I'm not counting Nexus or any other platforms, but I think there are a lot of hardcore Kenshi players that will probably know this off of the top of their head, or they looked at the chapter names to see what chapter's next and figured it out. So today we're going to be looking at the most downloaded Kenshi mods, starting from number 1 and going down to number 10. If you like seeing videos like these, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And with that now out of the way, we can get into the video. Based off the data of a Steam Workshop, there is one mod that triumphs above all the other mods, and likely stands out to most players as a must-have mod when playing Kenshi. This is none other than the 256 recruitment limit mod. This mod raises the Kenshi party size cap from 30 all the way up to 256. It also increases the squad size limit from 20 to 50, and the maximum amount of squads you can have from 10 to 20. This is a pretty vanilla mod that you can grab for the game. I mean, other than having extra characters, it doesn't really add a lot else to it, and compared to some of the other wacky creations that Steam Workshop has to offer, this is definitely a safe bet for a majority of players. The 256 recruitment limit mod is a very good mod, except for the fact that the game doesn't always react well to you controlling 256 characters. Even with just 30 characters, you'll notice a big difference in performance, but it's once you start stepping into the land of 50 characters, 100, 200, or eventually maxing it out at 256, you're gonna notice a lot more performance issues and even faults in the AI starting to occur more often. While the mod is still playable, manageable, and makes your playthrough very fun depending on what you're trying to do, it's far from perfect, and that's why the game was likely set to 30 party members in the vanilla game and not 200. Anything higher than 30 seems to start to make the game be more unstable and laggy. But with money you can do anything, so if you get a good enough computer, then maybe you can play with 256 warriors. This mod definitely stands as one of the most desired Kenshi mods for most playthroughs, as even with a laggy game, having a bunch of party members fight together is amazing to see. And the 256 recruitment limit mod has over 500,000 people subscribed to it, which is nearly half of a player base. Now that first mod is very simple, and all it really does is just change the game values, so let's move on to the second biggest mod. That is of course dark UI. Yeah, I know, we're still far from mods that are like content based or really cool, but it's still a good one. I'll talk about it a little bit. I always use dark UI, and while it's a bit of a smaller number, still 445,000 players, that's a lot of people, and this mod essentially saves 500,000 people from early age eye problems. The plain Kenshi UI is just really bright. If you ever play the game at night or your monitor is the only thing on in your room, it's just a beam of light, and that might even beat a plain white screen when it comes to brightness. It's something where, you know, you got your like baby mom and your baby sleeping in the background, and you turn on Kenshi and it's like boom, you can start seeing them squinting their eyes and shit, squirming. It's like that old movie intro that would play that would always like wake up an entire street. Just thank Okran for the dark UI, or else your eyes would hurt even more than they already do after a 14-hour long Kenshi session. The third biggest Kenshi mod isn't too impressive either, so I'll try to compress this part of a script. With 437,000 subscribers, the Compressed Texture Projects mod is another staple in many playthroughs. It reduces the size of a landscape in game as well as some other stuff. This will reduce loading time and stuttering, and it's a cool mod, deserves to be shouted out. 437,000 players is still a lot more downloads than even a lot of games end up getting. It's a very useful mod, and I recommend it for anyone who wants to reduce the loading times in Kenshi. Now in fourth place for the most downloaded Kenshi mod, we have one of my favorite mods, and one that matches perfectly with the 256 recruitment mod. And this mod is none other than Recruitable Prisoners. One thing that Kenshi lacks in a way is being able to recruit bandits or randoms that join your group in vanilla Kenshi. I mean, other than random drifters or NPCs who plan to join your parties, in some way, you can't just throw people and force them to join you. Now with this mod you can, and together there are 368,000 people who have found this mod through Steam. I wonder how many Kenshi NPCs have been enslaved just due to this one mod's creation. Many people you try to recruit will end up requiring something simple like food or money, but some have certain conditions that you need to meet in order to recruit them. This is a great Kenshi mod to have, and while it can be a bit broken and easily exploited, it is a perfect example of something players would love to see in Kenshi 2. The 5th most downloaded Kenshi mod, which sits at 8,000 less downloads at just 360,000, is the Reactive World mod. This is one of the bigger game-changing mods in the list. I mean, in my opinion, this is a must-have for anyone looking to spice up their Kenshi playthrough, especially in the long game. Reactive World does exactly what its name states, and it makes the world more reactive. Now let's go on to number 6, which is... I'm kidding. Could you imagine if that's just how I left it? So this is one of those Kenshi mods that knocks it out of the park by adding a lot of in-game scenarios that will occur based on events that you participate in while playing. These include things like the Dust Bandits having a civil war once you take down their leader. This results in like different Dust Bandit subgroups popping up to fight each other. Or you have the Western Hive. They'll go crazy if anyone kidnaps their queen. There's different things like being able to lead Mongrel to be taken over by Fogmen, or you can make the Holy Nation finally fall. Defeat all of their commanders and leaders, and it can completely remove the Holy Nation from the game. This mod is awesome for players who want to have a certain goal, or for people who get a little bit bored near the end game. Moving on to 6th place with 331,000 subscribers on Steam, we have a nice map Zones and Zone Name mod. The vanilla Kenshi map doesn't really show where the roads are going to be, and it can be quite confusing for new and even experienced players. And while lots of the roads and stuff are loosely drawn based off of modders testing with pathfinding, I find this mod super helpful for traveling. It lets me zoom up and plan out my road, or plan out where I want to go or where I want to cut through. I mean, there isn't much to say. This mod is just good for people who want a little bit more on the vanilla map. 7th place holds 319,000 subscribers, and it goes to Enhanced Shopping Economy. This, of course, enhances the shopping economy in Kenshi. Remember to leave a like and subscribe for more insightful Kenshi content and comments. For real though, vanilla Kenshi lacks a lot of realistic trading elements such as other people trading. In fact, like vanilla Kenshi characters won't even bother buying weapons or armor. And on top of that, it adds a lot of different classes of people that will buy different items depending on who they are. So if they're vagrants, you know, they're gonna buy all your booze or drugs. Meanwhile, if they're adventurers, they're gonna buy food and medkits. You're gonna have more NPCs shopping in your world, making it feel more alive, which is immersive and cool. I'd check it out if I was you. Number 8 is pretty jokes, okay? It's not a 18 plus nude mod, but it's still pretty funny. It has 311,000 subscribers, and it goes to the weight bench. This is a strength training mod, which adds a weight bench into Kenshi for your characters to train all their strength levels on. In vanilla Kenshi, the only way to train up strength is of course by either fighting people, carrying lots of loot, or by doing both. But now at very least with this mod, you can train strength. It cuts off a lot of the grinding of a game for players that aren't a fan of that, and to be fair, something like this should have been in vanilla Kenshi anyways, but it isn't, so this could be seen as a cheat mod, and is honestly, out of the 10 mods I use myself, one of the only ones I'm not currently subscribed to. I have used it before though, and still 311,000 people are still subscribed to it, so don't feel too bad if you have to use this mod to get your gains. Number 9 goes to shops that have more items plus, which holds much less at 256,000 subscribers, but still not a number to look past. This mod is very good in its own right. It allows each shop to hold even more items than they already do. Shops will also refresh their inventory every 8 hours instead of 24, and even if you want a lighter version of a mod, the author has linked one in the description. This mod is sweet and very helpful for players who just want to play and don't like to halt progress or wait around for shops to refresh. Now finally, the 10th most downloaded Kenshi mod of all time, with a total of 241,000 subscribers, goes to none other than an animation overhaul crafting mod, which, well, overhauls the crafting animations. This one I am just going to dunk out on, okay? Nothing really special here. The animations are better and more immersive. I like this mod. I've used it for a long time. Good stuff, bro. And that's it. Those are the top 10 most downloaded Kenshi mods of all time as of May 2023. If you like this video, remember to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. as I got lots of other Kenshi videos on my channel. Feel free to also join my Discord server to get closer into my community or enter my Kenshi giveaway. We got another round of 10 keys to give out to the community, so make sure you guys pop in there and hop in it. Hop in there and hop in it. I need to go to bed, bro. Anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.